YouTube, welcome into Mose Knows. I'm your host, Mose. Today we have another special video for you. We continue in our Prospect Spotlight series. Listen, today is Monday. That means in just 4 days, on the 28th, the 2022 NFL Draft will begin. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 3 days where all 32 NFL teams will make selections and they will bring in young men to their organization that they believe will help them reach that next level and achieve the ultimate goal. Today, we have another young man with us today who is going through that process, and we are going to ask him some questions. We're going to talk about his journey. We're going to get to know him a little bit better as he's going through and ultimately trying to live his dream of making it to the NFL and making one of these 32 rosters, which I believe he will do. I mean, we talking about a guy on the defensive side of the ball. I know y'all think I'm biased because all the prospects I've had so far have been on the defensive side. So we're going to continue that. We're going to continue that with a 6'2", 205, 210 on a good day defender, safety. Let me give you some stats. 173 total tackles, 6 tackles for a loss, 4 interceptions, 9 pass breakups, 2 forced fumbles, 2 fumble recoveries. 1 was taken back to the crib. Touchdown, 6 points on the board by the defense. This guy is a do-it-all safety. He's going to make his rounds, but ultimately he's going to be on somebody's roster, and I'm glad to have him here. Please welcome in from the University of Hawaii, safety Eugene Ford. Eugene, what's going on with you, bro?
What's going on, man? I appreciate the opportunity, to come talk to you, and I'm looking forward to this.
Absolutely, man. Again, thank you so much for your time. We don't want to keep you too long. We just want to get to know you as a player, get to know you as a person, figure out, what this journey means to you and, how it's been for you so far. So we're going to jump right in with some icebreakers and then we're going to go right to football. So
Well said.
first question, bro, you at the University of Hawaii, bro. Like, aloha, Hawaii, bro. Like, be honest. Is going to college in Hawaii like being on permanent vacation? Like, what is that like, bro?
You living in paradise, man. Me being there for the past 5 years, I mean, it definitely changed my life. It was a different atmosphere from where I'm coming from, Los Angeles, California. The culture shock was what the biggest transition for me, like understanding the love that the island has for their people who live there, not just tourists to anybody. They always show love, you know what I'm saying, no matter where you go. So the biggest thing for me was like adjusting to that culture, the lifestyle that they live, and just understanding like, this is a sacred ground that they take care of. So it was beautiful. Every day waking up to, almost summertime all year round. It was definitely a life-changing experience.
Man, I've actually been to Hawaii. I haven't been in such a long time. Last time I was there was like 13 years old. I was there for a week. And bro, when I tell you I woke up every day and was on the beach or at the pool, like it absolutely amazing. We did a luau on the volcano Diamond Head. That was amazing. We
Yeah.
went on like this little day cruise and like we're out on the deck and there's like 4 dolphins that's going along with the boat. Like this is stuff I've never seen before. Growing
Right.
up on the East Coast, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, North Philly to be exact. Like I didn't see none of that. I didn't see no dolphins going next to a boat in Philly. Like being able to see that, but you speak to that culture, the way
Yes.
they live, the way they love each other, the way they love the earth, the way they love the land and the ground that was given to them. It's beautiful to see, and like you said, it is a life changing experience because you gain a newfound respect for just what we've been given. I could sit here and talk for hours. My wife she done got into climate change and trying to figure out how to save the planet, even if it's just us in our home. But like you said, it gives you a newfound appreciation for this land that we've been given, and we have to take care of it. So I appreciate you sharing that with us. Question number 2: can you share with us your pregame ritual? Like, what does Eugene Ford have to go through to get ready for a football game?
Very first thing I do is call my mom. Me and my mom, we have a ritual every single day. Every day of the game, we call, we pray, we have a set prayer. We have talk about our goals for the day, and then she give me that mom, that juice, that that little turn up in the beginning, to start my day off. And then I call my dad. I talk to my dad. Then I get in my read my Bible before I get out of bed. And then I go have breakfast. We always have a good team breakfast, and I'll go down there and just talk to the guys. Pretty much from there, come back to the room, go over the last minute notes I have for the game, and then I'm all set to go.
Man, can you help dispel this myth? Um, you said you call your mom and you have, a conversation with mom. Why is there a negative stigma for being a mama's boy? Like, can you help dispel that myth, man? Like, you a football player getting ready to go in the NFL. I'm sure there's a bunch of NFL players that'll tell you how much they love their mom. Can we dispel this myth, man? This toxic masculinity that it's a problem to be a mama's boy.
There's nothing wrong with that because sometimes there's strong women out there that show their young boys on how to either treat a woman, how to respect women, and you're gonna always have to deal with women in your life. So for some you to have a strong woman that's there to support you as a backbone, somebody that's willing to bend and break for you, then ain't nothing wrong with being a mama's boy or having her back and she got your back. It's nothing. I want to say there's nothing that compares to a mother's love. You know what I'm saying? So all the guys that's too masculine, or I'm a mama's boy, this and that. Look at the little things like that. What your mom will do for you that no one else would. So
Facts, bro. Facts. Absolutely. I couldn't have said it better myself. All right, moving into some football questions. I was reading up, doing my research on you, and I came across this, and this stood out to me a lot. You've been described as the voice and soul of the defense. And this is a quote from Coach Todd Graham. He said, when Ford went down with injury last season, Graham commented on how Ford off the field affected more than just X and O's. So you not being on the field due to the injury that you suffered affected more than just X and O's, but it's his competitiveness and the respect he demands from teammates that was the even greater loss. Your competitiveness and the respect that you demand from your teammates was a greater loss. Talk to us about your leadership style and what it means to be looked at by your teammates as a leader.
well, walking into the locker room with a contagious energy of it's just for me personally, I have to grow into this. In that time when I went down, I became more of a vocal leader rather than a leader that just kind of shows up by his actions. How I portray myself on and off the field. Being that more vocal leader and like just having that contagious energy. My style has been kind of perpetuated in a way that guys feed off that. You know what I'm saying? Speaking life and the existence into the players that are around me, the coaches, holding everybody accountable to the highest standard. So we don't settle for mediocre practices and things like that. The little things, whether it's training, whether it's showing up on time, whether it's wearing the same clothes, when we're training and everything, just the little details that can kind of differ from other teams and other organizations that we hold ourselves to a different standard. So I stood on that. I understood when you got head coaches and you know athletic directors that have a motto and a goal to set for the team, that I'm gonna stand behind them because they are the leaders of this team, and I'm gonna willing to stand behind them and help everyone be on accord, especially the young guys.
Absolutely. Can you also talk to how you talked about your faith, reading the word, staying in prayer? Can you talk about how your faith has helped you to become an even better leader?
Absolutely, because in life we're going to be dealt with a lot of adversity, and one thing that I hold myself to is that I don't let my adversity control my outcomes. As how I respond to the adversity is what's going to depict how well I come out of the storm. So different things like that. My faith has definitely let me help me become stronger, have a stronger heart, stronger mental preparation to everything. So in life, I understand there's going to be adversity that's going to be dealt, but I know that I'm going to come out stronger. So that's the part I'm looking forward to.
Amen to that, bro. Absolutely. some fun stuff on the football side. Walk us through your most memorable stop on defense. A play that you remember, needed to make a stop. You came through, you made the play for you. I see you rubbing his hands. He got one. Walk us through your most memorable stop. What was the play call and how did the play unfold?
Man, and if you could ever play this back, and I keep this on my phone all the time because to me, it was a critical stop in the game. It was third down, third and goal, actually. Like third and goal. You know, if you know football, third and goal, it is nut up or shut up. You got to make it
Yep.
happen. That's where the men come out, and we got to be physical at the point of contact because you can't get any, forward progress for the offense because now they have a better chance of scoring. It's third and goal. I want to say it's like 3-4 minutes left in the third quarter. It's 31-31. They have the advantage right now because the higher risk of scoring is, really high. You know what I'm saying? So um, they were in like a 2-by-2 set. It was BYU, Hawaii Bowl championship game. Being us, Hawaii and BYU, we kind of have like, a little bit of rivalry in that game. Um, they motioned out. I knew the motion was going to come. I knew it was going to be a rollout. But the quarterback is very versatile with Zach Wilson. I believe he plays for the Jets now. He kind of rolled out, and he seen that one of his guys wasn't open, and he took the ball. I'm zoning out. I'm playing nickelback at the time. He zoned out. I seen my free safety Donovan Dalton come down, hit him low. He dove for the end zone. I kind of hit him, and he did like a helicopter spin. Ball came out. We recovered it. It was our ball. We're going back down to score it. I mean, that was just a highlight of my life in playing football and being able to hoist that trophy up at the end of the game. Man, it was just critical. And then just getting on the plane right after that because it was the day before Christmas and seeing my highlight, my hit being all over ESPN and being one of the biggest hits in college football, that was like amazing, man. It was just like kind of showcase what I can do as far as it's a game of inches, and I'm willing to go all out and making sure we get that stop.
Absolutely, man. That's that reading, reacting, the football IQ to know the play, know what's coming, be able to read your keys, shoot your gun and react to it. You get there, as a team, all 11 flowing to the ball, you and your free safety making that hit on somebody who was the number 2 overall pick.
Right.
We not talking about, scrubs. We talking about Zach Wilson, number 2 overall. So absolutely, man. I appreciate you sharing. If you got that clipped up, you got to send that to me. I need that.
Definitely send.
Um, who are some of your favorite defensive backs, whether it be past or present, that you watch and take pieces from their game and add to your tool belt to become a better DB?
Everybody kind of looked back on Dion, how he carried that swagger to this position. He kind of started that swag to this, being that, confident style of DB. So I'll take a little bit from his game. I look at DBs more so my size and length. So like when I was playing cornerback, I used to watch a lot of Richard Sherman, um, m- um, Marcus Peters. He was another big DB at the time, and his first couple years in the league, he kind of produced very high, like getting a lot of INTs, which was big for me. And then when I moved to safety, I watched a lot of like Eddie Jackson. When his first couple years in the league, he was dominant. He was kind of like not talked about as much, but that guy was getting to that ball, getting to the ball well. So I kind of look at guys that's more my size. So those are some of the guys I kind of look towards.
I mean, listen, those are good guys to look. You talk about Richard Sherman, you think about him with the Legion of Boom, and even when he came over to the 49ers, he was still Richard Sherman. I love when you play well and you have that swagger about you, teams know to stay away from your side. So guys like, Eddie Jackson, teams scheme to stay away from him. So if that's who you're watching, bro, listen, we already know what that's going to turn into.
Mhm.
Um, give us a little bit of insight for as far as your preparation for the 2022 NFL draft. What does a typical day look like for Eugene Ford?
So the training has been much different. It's more like training to be a professional now, which was big on like recovery, taking care of your body, rather than, sometimes in college we get kind of lost in just, oh, we got to pound, we got to train hard, we got to do this, we got to condition hard. I have a lot of good mentors that for me that kind of help me adjust to training like a professional. So typical day for me, my schedule kind of changes throughout the day, throughout the week. I say I have speed training in the morning, then I have recovery right after that. Then I get a good meal in, and then I head back for like a yoga session on my own. I have like a little set plan where I do yoga, and then pretty much after that, I'll just have like a meal and kind of get off my feet for a little bit. So the biggest part of my day is really the recovery. Whether it's cryotherapy, acupuncture, STEM, things like that. That's kind of like if I ever have any body aches and pains, I kind of take care of those. So it kind of differs throughout the day or throughout the week. Middle of the week, I'll probably do some DB training with one of my coaches, Marquise Moore, and my other coach, Lee Lowe. So those guys kind of help me in making that adjustment of becoming a professional with my training.
Awesome. How have you seen? You mentioned yoga. How have you seen yoga benefit you as a player, whether that be, what you feel differently as far as, physically in your body, or, how you're able to move and read and react on the field? How have you seen yoga benefit you?
Flexibility is big in yoga as well. Kind of different bends. It's kind of weird to explain, but also if you ever took yoga, they kind of work on controlling your breathing and meditation. Kind of dig deep into finding your inner self and things like that, and the little things that kind of control your mental. It's all about the mental preparation of everything. So they've kind of helped me adjust as far as controlling my breathing, kind of conditioning. I like to do hot yoga sometimes, so it's really much different.
Awesome. Awesome. That's good. Okay. I need the top 5 receivers right now who, when they playing against Eugene Ford, they better not come across the middle.
Mm.
Better not come across the middle. I need your top 5 that you looking forward to see at the next level. And if they come across the middle, you're gonna introduce them properly.
Number one, DK Metcalf. I,
Okay.
I got utmost respect for DK, but you know what I'm saying, he's definitely a target on my list. Um,
Okay.
I got Devontae Adams,
Okay.
Tyreek Hill. He's a little cheater. I know he's fast and all, but the right angles, he can't do nothing with that speed. Who else I got on my list? OBJ, I know he's down right now, but yeah, he's definitely a big target. He's really strong across the middle, but I can show him that he'll have to fear that middle coming across when I'm out there.
Okay.
That's 4. 5, let me see. Who else is out there that, I'll take D Hop. I want all the top receivers, you know what I'm saying? I want them
Okay.
to know who they going up against. So I'll put D Hop on that list for sure.
So you got D Hop and you got OBJ. Now both of them in the NFC West. Now you got DK. So wait, you got Hop,
Hmm.
you got OBJ, and you got DK Metcalf. All of those 3 are in the NFC West. So I mean, if you want to come to the 49ers, listen, we love to have you.
Hey,
Okay. We
you know
looking
what's so
for a
crazy,
safety anyway. So we
man?
love to have you.
Man, you know what's so crazy about that? My dad is a diehard 49ers fan. So as soon as he
Let's
see
go,
that,
Mr. Ford. Let's go. See, so your dad is a diehard Niner fan. You on my show. I'm a Niner fan. You want to get Hop, DK, and OBJ. Listen, I think it's lining up. I don't want to put too much sauce on it, but I think
yeah,
it's lining up. All right,
yeah.
so we got the receivers out of the way.
Hmm.
Give me your top 5 QBs you trying to intercept.
Okay, number one, Tom Brady. Hopefully, you know, I get the chance to go against him. I'm keeping that football. He's one of the great. I'm keeping the football. He's one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play this game, if not the greatest. Him, Patrick Mahomes, Derek Carr, and the young guy up in LA, Justin Herbert. I know
Okay.
yeah, I like him a lot. Um, I mean, whoever they think is the best coming in this draft, I know they got a lot of guys that on their list, so any one of those guys for sure. But those are my top right there.
Okay. Okay. It's pretty solid. Look, I like both of your lists, and I love the confidence. All right, 3 more questions, and then we'll get you out of here. Again, we appreciate your time here at Mo's Knows. If somebody were to ask you about any adversity that you faced, what would you tell them that adversity was, and how you overcame that adversity?
I think my biggest adverse situation probably was when I had the gray shirt before going into college. Kind of got into the mindset of I already made it, but that throughout that time I had to mature a lot. And I thought this game was going to be taken away from me because of my actions beforehand in school. So my biggest message was kind of I wanted to have fun. I wanted to be out with my friends and everything and just play football when I didn't focus on the little things. So in that time, that downtime of that 6 months, it was a lot of up and downs, a lot of question on whether I'll be able to play this game again. And that kind of made me dig deeper into my faith. And then I had a book. I had a book, and I promise you, every day was a different reading, and it felt like that book was written just for me because it talked about everything that I was going through in my life and how to approach it. So each day I read that book changed my approach to life every single day. It was a new reading, so it wasn't like I'm reading the same old thing, taking the same old approach. So throughout that time, my prayers changed, my prayers got stronger, and then when I grew in faith, I see how everything lined up and it ended up becoming into my favor. So that truly changed my whole mindset into who I am today. And it definitely got stronger and it continues to get stronger every day because I'm not dealing with the same things all the time. But throughout that time when I was had the gray shirt and I thinking I was going in at the right time, I had to take that 6 months off to kind of focus on my whether it's schooling and myself and then going to college. It definitely prepared me in a different way. And I say that was probably the biggest challenge for me mentally, because my mental wasn't that strong back then, but I definitely grown from that.
Absolutely. I think NFL teams will love to hear that. Throughout this whole draft process, they want to make sure that the football skills are there, but they also want to make sure that the young men that they're bringing into their organization have a certain level of maturity and that can handle what being in the NFL means. So, hearing that you had those situations and you had that adversity, you recognize that, maybe some of your choices weren't the best for you at the time, but you were able to grow and mature. And now not only have you learned from that, but you have proof the person that you are now, the player that you've become. You have proof that, you have grown and you have matured and now you're viewing things differently and you're able to speak that way to your teammates and they're able to see that and they're able to follow your lead. So that's absolutely amazing, bro. Um, what have you learned in the game of football that you feel will stick with you for the rest of your life, even after your playing days are over?
Like I mentioned before, that when you're faced with adversity in life, you gotta have a mental approach that you're gonna overcome this. Accept it. Don't look at it as you regret anything that happened before that or anything that the reason why you was led up to this point. Don't overthink that part. Accept the adverse situation. Learn how to adjust to them, not conform to them, and understand that you're going to become somebody that's much more stronger than what you were before that. So that was the biggest thing that I've understood throughout this game of football, and I'm blessed that it brought me to this point of understanding that because now that I've been faced with so much adversity throughout my life, then I'll say in life, there's not the same exact things are going to happen, but my approach to those things are going to be stronger than ever. So I kind of just took that away from the game, and I appreciate this game for that.
It's like muscle memory, right? The more you get in the gym, the more you work out, the more you start using them, your muscles start to understand how they're being used. So, you know, learning from adversity, and like you said, being able to, grow from it, learn from it, not conform to it. You're building that mental stability, that mental stamina to know that, yeah, okay, adversity comes. Like you said, this may not be the same thing, but I know the steps that I need to take to be able to overcome this. That is an amazing answer. Thank you for sharing that with us. And I hope, somebody listening, takes that in. And if they're facing adversity right now, they know that, listen, it won't always be this way. Understand that mistakes happen, understand that failure happens, understand you're not going to be perfect, but understand the situation, learn from it, grow from it, move on to the next thing, and be ready for that next obstacle that comes your way because they will come. And you got to be able to, stand on your own 2 feet and address it, deal with it, and not be overcome by it. Last question, and we'll get you out of here, Eugene. And give me your 2 to 3 minute elevator pitch, or however long you need. for all 32 teams in the NFL for why it would be a mistake if they do not select Eugene Ford in the 2022 NFL draft.
To all 32 teams, you're getting somebody that's long, rangy, and just understand that I'm versatile. I've played in the box. I played free safety. I played strong safety. I played nickel, corner, every single secondary position, and produced at it. So understanding that whatever may scheme each 32 teams may have, I feel like I can adjust and truly be an asset to this team, whether it's on special teams, practice squad, on the field, in the 53-man roster. Somebody who's instinctive, physical at the point of contact, great open field tackler, ability to play in the slot, man coverage, zone. Whether I have to, come down and set the edge, I'm willing to put myself on the line to do so. Come down and play in the box and, fill any gaps. I'm somebody who holds herself to three main pillars that I've learned, throughout my years of playing football: accountability, availability, and dependability. Holding myself accountable. Also, the guys that are around me accountable to what the standard is each and every day. If we're breaking on champions, then we're going to live by that every single day. We're going to walk the walk instead of talking the talk. Availability, doing the little things to take care of my body so I'm there for the team instead of, a lot of guys who are very injury prone and things like that. I'm doing the little things to kind of set myself aside of being able to be there for the team no matter at what cost. And dependability, somebody that could be there and be the backbone of this team on and off the field they can come to. Guys may need somebody they can call at 2 a.m. and I'll be up, ready, to help the guys out. Coaches need me, to set the meeting up, in the locker room or in any meeting rooms. I could be that guy, be that backbone for that guy, and somebody that's going to, continue to have that contagious energy that guys want to be able to play around. Overall, my will and curiosity to fix the little details that produce bigger results. I'm willing to go above and beyond, to make myself a different, become a different person and player that coaches may see a very strong potential, whether it's on the field or off the field, to be in their organization.
There it is. I love your three pillars. If I could add one, I'm going to add an M. We're going to put it in front and we're going to say Eugene Ford is mad.
Yes,
That's
sir.
that's maturity, accountability, availability, and dependability. So we I love the three. We're gonna add a fourth. Eugene Ford is mad. He displayed today his maturity. He
Yes,
talked
sir.
about being accountability, availability, taking care of his body, doing everything that he needs to do during the season, out of season to make sure that he's available for his team, and dependability. We heard that he is the voice and the soul of the defense. Him not being out there was bigger than the X and O's. It's the respect that he commanded from his teammates, holding everybody accountable, being dependable to himself, his coaches, and his teammates. That's why you add a Eugene Ford to your team and to your defense. It's hard to find players like that. And we got one here that is ultimately going to be on somebody's roster. Eugene, thank you so much for coming by Mo's Nose and chatting it up with us. We appreciate your time. Much respect to you. Much love. We hope that you stay healthy. We hope that you get everything you want out of this time period and this opportunity in your life. We look forward to seeing you every Thursday, Sunday, and Monday night in the NFL on one of those teams. Like I
Yes,
tell
sir.
everybody that come on here, man, I just need a 3X Eugene Ford jersey on whatever team you get. Just send me a thing. I don't care if it's the home. I don't care if it's the away. I don't care if it's the alternate, the color rush, whatever jersey you want to send me. Just make sure it's a 3X for Mose, and we
Yes,
all good, man.
most definitely.
For everyone tuning in, thank you so much for stopping by Mose Knows. Greatly appreciate it. Um, Eugene, give everybody your social media so they can check you out.
My social media, my Instagram and Twitter is Gene. That's YOUKNOWGENE. Follow me on Instagram. I follow back. You could DM me, ask me any questions. I'm always there. So appreciate you.
Absolutely. Also, if you're not following Mose on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, I will leave a link for those social media accounts in the description. Do a couple things for me before you head out. One, smash that thumbs up button. I greatly appreciate it. Become a part of the Mose Knows fam. Once your family, I love you. And there's nothing you can do about it. So smash that subscribe button. Take another 2 seconds, hit that bell icon so that you get notified every time new content drops right here on Mose Knows. Tune in Thursday, Friday, and Saturday and listen for Eugene Ford, safety from Hawaii, being selected to one of these teams in the 2022 NFL draft. Love and appreciate y'all, and I'll catch y'all later. Peace.